Hey folks, so I just came from getting a cortisone shot because I've been having knee problems within the last year, but more or less started like in May. So I go to the doctor, and the doctor basically like gets this little thing that looks like a needle, but it's not a needle. And he's like, well, I gotta find it first. So he gets the little area, and then he like goes like pokes it. You don't feel nothing. And then he gets this spray and starts spraying on my leg. And maybe like after 10 seconds, I start feeling this burning. It felt like a burning sensation. And he was like, don't worry, it's more or less the spray than the needle. So after, I don't know, 20 seconds, maybe a minute, I don't know how long it took. So he's spraying it, and after he sprayed it, he was like, okay, now you're probably gonna feel some numbness. So yeah, I felt some numbness. So he got the needle and put it in, and he was like, you wanna take a deep breath? Because I don't know why, I was holding my breath. When he put the needle in, I was like, going like this. And he was like, okay, take a deep breath and let it out. And I'm doing that. And then it just seemed like, I almost felt like I was hypnotized. It's crazy. So after he did that, then I'm sitting on the table, and he's like, well, I recommend getting this every 3 to 6 months, something like that. And I said, okay. And I'm just praying that, with my job, the pain would be gone. But I don't know, because part of my job is driving a bus for 21 years. And in the seat, I have to get out the seat of the bus and actually kneel down and secure a wheelchair. And that might be a problem. I just hope I might have to get me some like knee pads to put on my knees in order for me to actually kneel down and do that. So as I'm sitting there, all of a sudden, he's like, okay, you're finished, so you can go see the nurse. So I go around to the corner to see the nurse, and as I'm walking over there, I'm standing up for a second, and she was like, well, how do you feel? And I'm like, well, I felt like I had more pain when the doctor was spraying than the shot. She was like, yeah, that's what I hear. So it's when I'm sitting down and I'm talking to her, not maybe like 2 minutes, all of a sudden I said, well, I hope it helps my hip. And she was like, well, hopefully it heals your knee. I said, yeah, I hope it heals my knee, but I hope it helps my hip too, because during this time of the year in October, when the pain, when it's really cold outside, not just where I live, but anywhere it's cold, that's when my hip starts hurting. I don't know why it's like that, but that's what happens. I always have, I don't know, probably ever since 2018, I've been having hip pain. And that's another issue I'll talk about on my next video. So, yeah, they recommend 3 months of this. And basically what it does is kind of like numbs the knee, but it can't numb it too much, especially if I have to drive. So now to the next video.